Good morning. And a happy Our Lady of Guadalupe weekend to you. As the matter of answering the call will be a theme today, Our Lady of Guadalupe fits right in. Friday was the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which celebrates the appearance of Mary to Juan Diego, a native peasant in Mexico. The choice of Juan to receive the vision and the miracle of the roses that accompanies it is significant. It is often taken as a sign that divine blessing is not bestowed only on the wealthy and powerful, but that the poor and humble have a special place too. And those whom the human power systems would oppress are not overlooked, but cherished. Some in the Latin community give roses to their sweeties on December 12th, and our own popular hymn, Come Sing a Song, promises the receipt of a rose in the wintertime, calling forth the miraculous manifest in community and the image of beauty and affection shared and enduring. Welcome to Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your life's journey, you are welcome here. Visitors, you are especially welcome. Please join us after the service in the social hall for some cookies, coffee, and conversation. To paraphrase the ghost of Christmas present, come in and know us better, folks. Now, let us be upstanding and let us check out others in the hall, your fellows here who make this time special and unique. Those watching at home, say hi in the chat.
Let everybody know that this is over. Got it. Sit down, be quiet.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here together. As is appropriate in a service devoted to everyday Annunciations, I have a few announcements. First, I am pleased to report that after many years, we have reunited three very good friends, whom I think many of you may know. And here they come.
Stop the music.
What's wrong, Charlie Brown?
Yeah, what's up, Charlie Brown?
That song. My God, it's been over 60 years. And I swear if I hear that song one more time, my head will explode.
Good point. Seems like only yesterday we were all standing around that stupid little Christmas tree singing.
I remember. Christmas time is here.
Not that one, too.
Okay, well, it's nice to see you both. And I have to say, we all look pretty good for a bunch of childhood friends in their 70s.
Especially me.
Yeah, Lucy, you look,
Choose your words carefully, Charlie Brown.
you look very successful.
Well said. Yes, once I moved to LA and realized that 5-cent psychiatric sessions weren't going to cut it, I focused on my real passion, real estate.
Oh, and Linus, you haven't changed much.
Well, I'm a little taller now.
And a little wider, too.
True, and I see you still have your trusty blanket.
So that's what I'm smelling.
Hey, I'll never be without it. It still comes in handy. Is it cold in here or is it just me?
And what about you, Charlie Brown? Where's Snoopy?
Well, I lost Snoopy in 1984.
Oh, he died?
No, he didn't die. I just lost him. I don't know where he is.
Is that why you look so depressed?
No, that's not it.
Then what's got you down, Charlie Brown?
Have you seen the news recently?
Oh, that.
Yes, that. Just when you think things couldn't get any worse, they get worse. And there's nothing I can do about it.
I think you're wrong, Charlie Brown. You can do something about it.
Like what?
You need a project, Charlie Brown. You need involvement.
Sure, that's it. Get involved in something that will help.
Like what?
Well, my church is having a fundraising auction in January. You could get involved in that.
An auction? You mean like people bid on things? For money? Money? Is that what this is all about?
It's more than about money, Charlie Brown. It's about what that money can do. Money we raise at the auction can be used to feed hungry people, to shelter people who are houseless, to pay our church staff, and so much more. That's what the auction is all about, Charlie Brown.
Well, that is doing something. Yes, I'll help.
Thank you.
Will there be an auction queen?
Well, I suppose.
I'm in.
Charlie Brown, would you be. Oh, Charlie Brown, would you be our auctioneer?
Well, I guess. Thank you.
Well, what are all the details? We need details. We need a plan. We need logistics.
Those will be coming soon, Lucy. Just check your all-church weekly email and future announcements. We have a day, January 31st, and we have an auctioneer, and that's a very good start.
Well, at least can we have a theme song?
Absolutely. I'm working on that right now. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Auction time is here.
Oh,
We
good
will
grief.
get-
Come on, Charlie Brown. Let's go play football. I'll hold, you kick.
Special appearance by a special guest. So earlier in the welcome, I mentioned a rose in the wintertime, and of course, ordinarily Reverend Rose would be up here preaching. But today, we have Reverend Peter Luckey, a UCC minister from Lawrence, who has guest preached here before. He's very popular in our community. And to paraphrase a different Charlie Brown special, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. We may not have a rose, but we got a rock. So, this will be the last announcement. If you are a recent newcomer to our church, please consider attending just the basic session today, immediately following the service. This is a 30-minute overview of Unitarian Universalism and this congregation, and will give you a chance to ask questions and meet other new folks. So after today's service, grab a cup of coffee and a snack, and look for Forrest Fisk. He's a handsome, bearded young man who you might have seen when you came in the foyer near the welcome table. And now,
Good morning, Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church. It's great to be back. Thank you for inviting me back. We come to this place, are called out of the world and into this sacred place. Whomever or wherever you are on life's journey, we come to be renewed and centered in the love beyond all loves, the great source of life. Let us prepare our hearts and minds. Come, let us worship. Please rise as you are willing and able for hymn number 18, What Wondrous Love.
What wondrous love is this, O my soul, O my soul? What wondrous love is this, O my soul? What wondrous love is this that brings my heart such bliss and takes away the pain of my soul, that takes away the pain of my soul. When I was sinking down, sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down beneath the sorrow's ground, friends to me gathered round, O my soul, friends to me gathered round, O my soul. To love and to all friends I will sing, I will sing. To love and to all friends I will sing. To love and to all friends who pain and sorrow mend, with thanks unto the end I will sing, I will sing. With thanks unto the end I will sing.
As seems appropriate in this holiday season, would joy come to light the candle? Or the chalice, which isn't actually a candle, but she is joy. As joy lights the chalice, let us affirm that love is the doctrine of this church, the quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
May I have all the children come up here, please? Hi, friends. Oh my goodness, there's so many of you. So, are we enjoying the cold weather? Yeah, we love it. I almost cried when I got in my car this morning. Just an FYI, that's how I felt about it. So today I want us to just kind of lock in. We're going to talk about the monastery's secret. Do we know what a monastery is? No? Can someone tell us what a monastery is? Yeah, Joy? Where monks live. Perfect. Do we know what a monk is? Dedicated to prayer and to religion and like all in. Yep, awesome, thank you, you're so smart. Okay, here we go. Once, long ago in the old country, times were hard, even for a respected monastery. The wise priest, a friend to an equally wise rabbi, watched his community dwindle. His monks were anxious, their faith weak, the priest heartbroken. He sought out his friend and cried. The rabbi comforted him and said, "Brother, there's a truth that we have known in our community. The Messiah is one of you." "What?" the priest exclaimed. "The Messiah is one of us? How can this be?" But the rabbi insisted. The priest returned home, his heart a mix of wonder, prayer, and excitement. Back at the monastery, he began to look at his brothers a little differently. Walking past a monk, he would wonder, is he the one? Sitting in the chapel, he would listen, looking intently at a face, thinking, is it him? Well, the priest had always been kind, but now he treated everyone with a profound kindness, awe, and deep respect, even reverence. Soon, everyone noticed. One monk, unable to contain his curiosity, asked the priest what had transformed him. And after some coaxing, the priest shared the rabbi's secret. The truth spread like fire. The Messiah is one of us. So immediately the other monks began to look at one another with the same deep respect and searching wonder. The monastery was suddenly full of life, worship, love, grace. The prayer life became rich and passionate, the services alive and vibrant. Soon, villagers from the surrounding area came to watch and listen. Inspired, many joined the community. After their training period, when they took their vows, they were told the foundational mystery, the source of their strength and their life together. The Messiah is one of us. The monastery grew and expanded, flourishing in wisdom and grace, and they say still, if you stumble across that place, a place full of life, hope, kindness, and graciousness. Sorry. My goodness. The secret remains the same. The Messiah is one of us. So, quick question. What did they do that you could do to spread light and hope in your community? Java? Say what? Treat everyone with respect. Awesome. Anybody else? That's it? We're just going to treat people with respect? I guess that's good, right? What I love about this story is that it just reminds us that we never know where true hope might come from. The monks found new life for their struggling community when they simply began treating one another as if each person might be the long-awaited Messiah. This shift in perspective completely changed their relationships, filling their lives with profound kindness and bringing renewal for their monastery. The story teaches us that when we treat each other with dignity and care, we not only make space for hope to grow, we actively bring it to life in the world. You may go to your classes.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Each month, this church reflects on a theme. The theme for for December is choosing hope. Now, I've got to admit that when I think of hope, I've got a secret. As a kid, I'd often hear faith, hope, and charity grouped together as key values. And in my kid's mind, a trinity like that got mapped onto other popular trinities that I saw on TV, such as Snap, Crackle, and Pop, or Mo, Larry, and Curly. A few years later, Malcolm in the Middle. That's right. Hope just doesn't get the respect that faith and love or charity get. Luther emphasized justification through faith alone, giving a nice shout out to faith. And the gospel tells us that love or charity is the greatest of the three, and it abideth forever. But today, we're stuck in the middle with hope. And we're going to get at hope through crackle. When Rice Krispies were first introduced, they had one spokes cartoon. That was Snap. Now, he wasn't called Snap at the time because I think that would have been just too weird. Then they decided that was Snap by himself would definitely be too abrupt, so they brought in the two others. Okay, now Pop also is sort of abrupt, and Snap and Pop together wouldn't do it as a duo, so you really needed the three. So, but of the three, only Crackle captures the actual auditory experience of Rice Krispies. Now, there was something to Snap. You get a little snap at the beginning when you pour the milk, but it needs a follow-up, and I'm not sure that anyone would give the cereal an A in pop power. For pop power, you got to go to popcorn popping. Now, what really captures the auditory experience of Rice Krispies is its crackling. And when you look at the characters, well, Snap looks like a baker, complete with toque. And Pop looks like Peter in Peter and the Wolf, or a drum major. But Crackle, man, that guy is chill. He's ready for bed. He's even got the red and white long nightcap on. But more importantly, he breaks up the monotony of Snap alone and frees you from the pair of binary opposites, Snap versus Pop. And he brings us into community, and that's where hope lives and thrives. For hope is the bright thread that you hold on to when things look dark. It is rooted in a conviction that we are not alone. Despair, hope's opposite, lives in solitary confinement. When we tell one another, hope you feel better soon when we get sick, we make no promises of healing, something which would be foolish and arrogant if we had no medical training, even if we played a doctor on TV. But we are extending a lifeline, shining a beacon, letting our fellows know you are not alone. You are important. I sense your suffering. And when we say hope to see you again, we are letting others know that they have a friend in the wide world and that the door is open to continued community. So, hope may be stuck in the middle. It may get no respect, but it serves as a link to each of us, a link that we ourselves are called to be to others. And that is something.
Thank you, Daniel and Matt. What a gift. What a gift. Friends, we come to this place to see and be seen, to teach and be taught, to hear and to be heard. I invite you to reach over and nudge the person next to you. We're here together, gathered in peace and authenticity and intention. We also come to this place to share our joys and sorrows. If you have a rare joy or profound sorrow, please come forward and briefly share in 2 or 3 sentences and light a candle.
Witness your life in all of its heaviness, in all of its brilliance, and we carry your joys and sorrows in a shared heart.
My friends, I just invite you to come fully into this place and into this moment, to have your feet flat on the floor and take a deep breath and perhaps close your eyes and just kind of relax into your chair. I always invite people to, when you're breathing, take a long inhale, and as you inhale your breath, maybe think of the word peace. And when you exhale, think of the word gratitude. So that you're inhaling peace and then exhaling gratitude. How much we need that in this anxious world. Let's come into this space. Today we think of all the people in this place and in this community and throughout the world who are struggling, who are suffering, but also we celebrate with the people that also are experiencing joy.
A brighter day is coming, as it always has before. While the world keeps spinning, let your spirit soar. A brighter day is coming, I believe with my whole heart. It will shine down, giving us a new start. A brighter day is coming. A brighter day is only near. I feel the light slowly rising. A brighter day is almost here. I choose to believe the clouds will clear, for a brighter day is coming. Don't you fear.
Hear these words of Mary Van Balen. When Annunciations come, opening new ways to birth love into the world, we will be better able to say yes if we've practiced, if we've been awake and listening, if we've worked to open our hearts and empty them to receive. We will be better able to do our part if we are humble and recognize that we can't see the big picture, that there is something much bigger than what we can imagine. And hear these words of Rumi. If everything around you seems dark, look again. You may be the light.
Will you be in a moment of silence with me? What do you think it would have been like to have been there at the first Christmas? Just imagine. Imagine, say, the smell of fresh dung, still steamy, wafting through the midnight air. I know somebody right now is saying this sermon already stinks. But imagine there's an ass and there's a donkey and there's a cow, and you're being warmed by their breathing bodies. And imagine that you look up at the stable and you see through the gaps in the rough-hewn wood, you see starlight streaming down. And that starlight gives you enough light that you can make out the brown-skinned faces of Middle Eastern descent, of the people around you. Well, some shepherds that have heard the news and come and gathered. And there is also a couple, a woman named Mary. In those days, women had very few rights, and if you were unmarried, you had even less. And a man named Joseph, an itinerant carpenter, picking up part-time work. And then perhaps you can look down, and in a feed trough, there, lying among scraps of cloth, lies a newborn, a child. And in your heart of hearts, you can't understand and wonder why here in this God-forsaken stable of a place is a love beyond all loves choosing to come and dwell among us in the flesh, to be with us and among us. Why here? Why wouldn't this be happening in the ballroom of King Herod's palace? Gold decorations. There with the trappings of power and the sycophants doing his bidding. Why? For it isn't to the palace that the Christ child comes, but to shepherds and street people, hookers and bums. Those are the words of Bruce Cockburn, Cry of a Tiny Babe. Why does the miracle happen here among the lowly? And that question leads to the heart of what this message is all about. That this story proclaims a new reality. That the old reality of domination through power and cruelty and violence is over, it's finished. And there's a new reality being born of compassion and justice and love. And we know it's a radical message because it's so threatening, as it was to King Herod, who decreed that all the babies in Bethlehem would be slaughtered. So threatened was he by what he perceived as a threat to his own power. Can you think of some parallels today? I'll let you answer that question. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. What I want to share with you, my wonderful UU friends, is this conviction that's in the heart of my heart, that this story is not a story that is owned exclusively by one religious tradition. It's not necessarily a Western story. It's not a white story. It is a universal story that takes place in the barrios of Latin America, that takes place in the Himalayan villages of Tibet, that takes place in the streets of Kansas City. It is a universal story. The light shines everywhere. So the first thing that I want to say this morning is this story is a radical story. It proclaims a new reality of compassion and justice and love that's breaking forth in this universe. The second point I want to make is this light that shines will not shine if we don't shine our own light, if we don't reflect the light and shine it into the world. It's not a story that says, well, that's really an interesting story, and now we put it away, fold it up, haul it up back to the attic like all the Christmas decorations and the ornaments and the lights, like taking the tree out to the curb to get it recycled, and say, okay, well, that's done. Now, next year, this is a story that invites our engagement. It invites us to get involved, to participate. When you think about it, if Mary had never said yes, the arc of the universe wouldn't be bending toward justice. Mary said yes. She said yes to the Annunciation and to the call, and we are invited to be the ones that echo Mary's yes into the world for the sake of love. Friends, it's a story about courage and vulnerability. The courage and vulnerability of Mary, when you think about it. And I want to be very thoughtful about this, to not genderize what courage and vulnerability look like, or Mary's look like, because I, as a male, will never know the courage that it takes, or the vulnerability to birth a child, to be all in, as the way that Mary was, as the way that anyone is. But courage and vulnerability are not genderized. They belong to all of us, where we respond to the work of the Spirit in our lives. You know, visitations come to us, I believe. You don't have to believe in angels. You don't have to be a theist. You can be an atheist. But time to time in our lives, there are these moments, it seems to me, where we get this little nudge, this little inkling of something that's calling us and inviting us to say yes to the light that shines in the world. Now, I know you may be thinking, this is way too optimistic. That it's hard to have hope these days. It's hard to believe in the light when we feel that we are surrounded by so much darkness. It is not easy to suspend our disbelief, to let go of our inner cynic and believe that the light really does shine in our lives and that the world is changing. It's not easy to do that, my friends. And what I want to suggest to you this morning is this, is that we get glimpses, and maybe just glimpses, of how that light might shine in our lives and in our world, creating a different reality. Just glimpses. I had a glimpse the other day. It was this last week, and I was at the food pantry in Lawrence, a place called Just Food. We serve over 300 or 400 people a day, and I was at the checkout counter counting up people's groceries, their cucumbers, their milk, and their bananas, and making sure they didn't take too much. And it was just a scrum of people in front of me, and it was just a cacophony of noise, and I almost missed the voice of a woman who said to me, "I left my sweatshirt here last week. Would you still have it?" And I thought to myself that I wanted to say, "Woman, there's no way that sweatshirt is still here." with so many people that are coming through the line. And then she said this, the sweatshirt is very special to me. My daughter made it, and she had painted on the sweatshirt the words, #1 Mom. And I said to the woman, I will go look for it. I went over to the food pantry manager and I said, is there by any chance a sweatshirt around here with the words #1 Mom on it that you might have kept? He goes over to file drawer, opens it up, and as soon as I look down and I see the #1 on a white sweatshirt, I know that we have found it. Now imagine what it's like to be this woman, standing in line at a food pantry, not having enough funds to make ends meet, maybe having to forego medication so that she could get groceries, because the price of groceries, as you know, has gone up so high. There's an indignity about going to a food pantry needing food. What would it be like if you were in that position and you felt that indignity of standing in line in a food pantry and you were to receive a sweatshirt that your daughter had personally made for you that said #1 Mom? I'd imagine you'd feel like the richest person in the world because you are loved. And so I took this sweatshirt over to this woman, tears in her eyes, I'm crying, and she says, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm calling my daughter right away. We get glimpses in our lives. Glimpses. Desmond Tutu says that, the important thing is not always that we have to be the light, but we just are called to be the reflectors of the light that's in the world already. Our job is to be the light bulb. That is, our job is to stay screwed in. Just be the light bulb and stay screwed in. And I was so thankful for that one moment that I had to let that light shine for the woman to have that joy at the food pantry. Each of us, in our own way, can let our lights shine, whatever and wherever we are placed in our lives. We can respond to that nudge by saying yes. It may be going up to Leavenworth and protesting the ICE detention center. It may be visiting somebody in the hospital or the nursing home that's lonely. It may be serving here at the at the food pantry or at shelter with people that are unhoused. Whatever it is, we each can find some way to let our light shine and be a symbol of hope. So that's the second thing that I want to say, is that each of us are called to be involved, to let our light shine. But here's the third and final thing, and maybe this is the most important, is the truth is our light shines so much brighter when we are together as a community. When we come together, we can really make light up in this world. And I want to say to you, Shawnee Mission, UU Church, or SMUUCh, I love that name. You are doing it. You having and housing people that are homeless in this building. Not always popular in this community, but taking a stand for the people that are most vulnerable. You are doing it by running a food pantry here, reaching out, making a difference in this community. You are letting your light together shine. Together, we can make our light shine in a way that individually we cannot do alone. So I'm leaving you with three things, 3-point sermon. Number one, this is a radical story, this Christmas story. It's a story about saying and believing that the old reality of domination with power and cruelty and violence is done. It's over. And a new reality based upon justice and compassion and love is being born. That's the light that's shining in the darkness, and the darkness will not overcome it. Number two, we are called to be the light, to let that light shine. And finally, we together as a community can so much more strongly and brightly shine our light and make a difference in the world. Thank you.
looks like the offering has already started. So I need say no more, but please be generous so that we can keep the home fires burning and shine into the community. Join me in saying our ceremonial farewell. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please rise as you are willing and able, and join in our closing hymn, number 108, My Life Flows On in Endless Song.
On in endless song, above earth's lamentation, I hear the real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest round me roars? I know the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love prevails in heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? To prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
I want to thank our musicians today. What a wonderful, wonderful music. And thank you, all the people in the back that make this happen and put it out online. And thank you, Bernie, for being my worship associate once again. Woo! My life flows on an endless song. What a great song of defiance, of courage. Thinking of courage, I'm thinking of the congregations throughout our country that are putting up nativity scenes. And maybe you've seen this. There's one in Boston, and it's missing Mary and Joseph. Because guess what? There's a sign that says, ICE was here. ICE was here. It is a reminder that this ancient story is as contemporary as this very moment. This is not a story that ends. It is like a play, and I forgot this in my sermon. And I think it might have been the best part. But it's where you see it go to a murder mystery. You've probably seen a murder mystery. And then the audience is invited to fill out the end of it. You have to decide what the ending's going to be. That's how it is with this story. We are the ones that are called to decide how the story ends. So congratulations to those congregations that are stepping up and putting nativity scenes and daring to say ICE was here. Friends, these are hard times, and they're times that call us to be courageous and to be strong. But I send you out with these words of the prophet Joshua, who said, "Now be strong and be of good courage and fear not. The love beyond all loves is with you wherever you go." Peace.